all local, all morning. You're watching Fox 61 Morning News.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Bridget Bureau. We're due for a bit of a warm up, which in comparison to what we've been dealing with is not too warm. But I am not ready for this weekend, Rachel.
No,
it's going to get brutal.
I don't think anyone's going to be ready.
I can't even enjoy today because I'm thinking about the weekend.
We'll try to enjoy the minor thaw on the way. It's funny when we talk about temperatures that are in the 30s and we're like, woof, it's going to get warm around here. Let's go. As we have some of the coldest air of the season that's going to move in over the weekend. So another cold start to our morning, though, so be mindful of that. Dress accordingly. Temperatures are in the single digits and teens this morning to near 20. 20 in New Haven is about 1 degree, though, in Danbury. It's 1 below in Willimantic this morning, 4 in Putnam, and 6 degrees in Windsor Locks. Now, we don't have a lot of wind to talk about this morning. There are no reported gusts at the moment. It doesn't take much to take these numbers down a few degrees, so just be mindful of that as you dress the kids for the bus stop this morning. Now, here's a look at the wind speeds today, gusting close to 5 to 10 miles per hour, so nothing really too bad, all that bad this morning. And the winds will actually shift out of the south to southwest. That's going to help usher in some of these numbers that are partly cloudy, and temperatures will be in the lower to middle 30s across the state. 34 in New Haven, Hartford 34, Middletown 35 degrees, southeastern Connecticut in the lower to middle 20s. You want to dress for the upper 20s and lower 30s throughout the day today. Heading through the day tomorrow, temperatures will start off in the single digits. Again, not a lot of wind to talk about for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we're around 32 degrees. So some melting happening in some spots over the course of the afternoon Wednesday as well. Then for Thursday, temperatures are back up into the 30s. But as I mentioned, we have some of the coldest air moving in. Wind chill values could be down to anywhere from 20 to even 30 to 35 below in spots. This is some really dangerous stuff that's going to move in over the weekend. You want to make sure you limit your time outdoors and plan accordingly for this. I know the Super Bowl Sunday, so folks are going to be kind of planning accordingly for the big game there. We'll talk a little bit more about where we go from here. Your full 7-day coming up in just a bit. 6:02 right now and on the roadways this morning. We did have some earlier delays because of some road work on 91 and also on Route 15. That is cleared for the morning commute. 395 also looking okay this morning, as well as 91. So again, we did have some earlier road work on the Merritt Parkway. That has cleared. We also had some road work on 91 that is cleared this morning in the Hartford area. A live look outside over in Manchester. That looks fine, as well as in West Hartford. Volume up at this hour. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, thanks. Well, state police are out there. They're on the lookout for a driver. They say the operator has been driving recklessly, passing cars and school buses.
It's all happening along Route 109 from Washington to New Milford. And Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is joining us live near that area with the latest message from state police. Glenn, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bridget, Erica. State police say that every morning at exactly or around 6:45, a car comes speeding around this corner just behind me on Beebrook Road. State police have said that this has been a problem, just as you said, speeding around school buses as well as going at high rates of speed. State police most recently got into a chase with the person that was behind the wheel, and they said that they were going so fast on Route 8 that they eventually had to call off the chase. Now, the driver has been able to avoid being identified because they switch vehicles and plates weekly. Now, we're going to show you a picture of the two cars that have been caught on camera near Beebrook Road in Washington. The driver was last seen driving a green Subaru Legacy with a Florida dealer plate 61931X. Now, however, they were also seen driving a red Jeep with unknown New York plates and plastic on the driver's side window. State police believe that the driver works in the New Milford area. They're asking anybody with any tips on who this driver is to reach out to them. Live in Washington, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, hopefully state police track them down soon. Thank you. 6:04 now on your Tuesday morning, and we have breaking news this morning out of Fairfield. Last night, just before midnight, fire crews responded to a fire on Figler Avenue. All 3 people in the home were able to safely evacuate. 1 fire crew member suffered minor injuries, but they did not go to the hospital. No other injuries were reported. An investigation into what caused this fire is now underway.
Happening today in Vernon, people are going to have a chance to speak up at a town council meeting about a proposed ordinance to allow the police to install cameras on school buses. Now, those cameras would have a license plate reader. Police say more drivers have been illegally passing stopped school buses, putting kids at risk. Fox 61 spoke with Vernon's chief of police last month about why he supports the measure.
One violation is too much because one violation could lead to one of those incredible, horrific tragedies that we all want to avoid. This is about safety. It's not about revenue generation. It's not about data collection. It's about making it as safe as possible for kids to be able to go to and from school.
Tonight's town council meeting is expected to start at 7:30. According to the agenda that's posted on the town's website, there's going to be a public comment period at the beginning of the meeting, and that will be followed by a vote on the proposed ordinance later.
Electricity is out at a school in Suffield. Students were bused down Mountain Road to another school to resume class. Monday morning got off to a rocky start at Spalding School with no power or heat. But after students were relocated to McAllister Intermediate School, parents say pickup was smooth and efficient. Mom of two, Jasmine Scuderi, was uneasy about how pickup was going to work, but says she's grateful to get helpful notifications.
My son did tell me that I got a little cold in the cafeteria, so it's probably a good thing they were able to move over.
A repair van was at Spalding Monday afternoon, but district officials have not yet said if students will return today.
6:06 happening right now. Crews are out there. They're hard at work in Southington trying to remove the mountains of snow from a busy part of town.
And it is not easy. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza joins us live from Main Street with what they're seeing. And Priscilla, crews are really doing this across town, but it's nice to see them out so early being proactive.
Yeah, good morning. That's right. And this is really a heads up for drivers who typically use Main Street because we are already seeing kind of a little bit of buildup here, a little bit of traffic along this route. So it's definitely a busy road, but crews are working. They've been here since about 4 in the morning. We got here around that time as well. Take a look at this video from them working around that time. And they have been, as I mentioned, just working since we got here. We've seen them out here, and parts of the roadway are being blocked off. I'm sure you saw those blinking lights behind me. So this roadway is being blocked off, just part of it though. So cars are still able to pass through, but they're doing this so that the crews can clear off the snow. The roads itself are they're pretty clear, and sidewalks as well. But what crews are doing is they're pretty much piling up the snow and loading it into dump trucks and hauling it away. I'm sure as well you can see these snow is really piling up here, so they're just trying to take a little bit of that away from here. We've already seen a few trucks fill up and leave the area, and this work is happening along Main Street between the YMCA and Berlin Avenue. We're somewhere in the middle of that, and it started about an hour ago, and it's scheduled to continue until 4 this afternoon. Now, one lane, as I mentioned, will remain open, but drivers should still expect delays. We've seen a few cars, as I mentioned, we've seen a few cars make it through here, but traffic, as I mentioned, is moving very slowly. So just try to avoid the area altogether if you can. That's what officials are telling us. But again, this is pretty much just to help clear some of the snow from here. We're seeing large amounts of snow on the parking lots kind of piling up here. So I can imagine this is also kind of disrupting some business for a few of the businesses that we're seeing here. We'll have much more in the next hour. For now, live from Southington, Priscilla Meza, Fox 61.
All right, Priscilla, thanks. Well, Southington is just one of so many cities and towns here in Connecticut trying to clean up after all that snow we got last weekend. It's really far from over. The DOT says crews are still hard at work trying to remove piles of snow like this, standing in front of snow piles not on the highway. This is off the shoulder of the highway. The DOT spokesperson, Eva Zamaris, says that snow removal starts with plowing during the first snowfall. Then crews go back to clear the snow that builds up afterward.
Places where there are elevated highways, such as in Hartford and New Haven, we use snow blowers and loaders to fill up trucks and haul the snow off-site.
Now, those snow removal efforts will continue throughout the week. The DOT is asking drivers to just slow down and move over. when it's safe to do so that you can allow the process to continue smoothly and give those crews the space they need.
6:09 now, with temperatures still expected to stay below freezing. Demand for road salt is surging, and it's not easy to find either. Cities and towns are feeling the salt shortage, and when supplies could be restocked. The delays in manpower and equipment are resulting in salt delivery backlogs throughout the state. And that includes East Lyme. West Haven stockpile is low right now, which would likely last just under 2 storms. Still, crews say there's no reason to panic.
So we're not in crisis mode? No, not in crisis mode. We are just being strategic about how we're relocating that salt and getting everyone the salt that they need for future events.
Yeah, you got a plan for what could be more storms on the horizon. Still, the shortage has local DPW crews on high alert. Many municipalities are rescinding their programs that allow people in the community to stock their own salt supply from public warehouses. The warning, though, if nothing changes, just be ready.
Several students in the Ledges Residence Hall at Quinnipiac University have tested positive for Norovirus. That is a very highly contagious stomach virus. The university is urging students with symptoms to stay home, hydrate, and practice good hand hygiene as officials work to limit the spread.
I've heard stories about how the bathrooms were being closed because there was so much, sickness in there. Most of Ledges had to be closed down because there were so many people getting sick left and right.
Now, the university hasn't released an exact number of Norovirus cases, but says that students can get help through student health services if symptoms worsen or continue.